Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In SINoALICE, let's do the reaction to Act 2 of the main story. Although really this video is going to be about the transition between Acts 2 and 3. And it's really getting interesting. Up to now, it's just been like these twisted fairy tale characters and their thoughts and feelings about their situations, or their interactions with the other characters. Which is cool, but, you know, I get the idea pretty quickly, and I was looking for something more, and definitely going to get that with Act 3. So I will be talking about Act 3 in this video, but I haven't played any of the kind of the more detailed character stories, so that will come later in the reaction to Act 3. Okay, but similar to Act 1, I think, we're having this thing where all of the kind of the main characters meet each other in this central area. But the border between dreams and reality, that kind of piqued my interest.
Alice たちは感じている。冷たく不気味な違和感。
But yeah, another part of like what kind of does not appeal about this is that I'm not a fan of like Alice in Wonderland and like that sort of kind of world building or storytelling. I have a best friend who really likes Alice in Wonderland, but I just can't like it because I feel like it's silly and crazy just for silly and crazy's sake. If there's an allegory in there, then that's cool. I can respect that. I can get interested in that. But if it's just, you know, fantastical, then I can't get into that. And then, as far as building my account, I've really been focusing on the kind of the frontline attackers. What is it? The blade characters and the crusher and the spear user and the archer. And I'm ignoring all of the others and all of their weapons because I feel like for story stuff we just need damage output. And then I don't really play Colosseum seriously because I'm not in a strong guild. So I've been looking at the different versions, the different costumes, the different characters, and just focusing on those 4 frontline attacker types. My goal is to get through all the main story, just normal difficulty, by shutdown. We'll see if that's possible. Okay, just like with the Act 1 reaction, we'll skip ahead to the last battle here. And then let's use my kimono, Snow White. I think she's going to be one of the characters that I focus on, because she is both a kimono wearer and then also a frontline attacker, so yeah. Maybe I'll do the exchange for some of her, what is it, awakening or evolving books? Or icons or whatever it is. Alright, here we have a Satan character, but kind of the significance of it is not really clear yet. Or maybe it's a red herring. But yeah, playing, well, getting the reveal, you know, of the Act 3 sort of overall idea, it made a bunch of things click in my mind, and it made a bunch of things about near reincarnation, you know, suddenly feel more familiar or make more sense. And then once I go through enough of SINoALICE, I'll definitely make a video comparing the structure and the story of SINoALICE to Near Reincarnation. Not necessarily saying that there's a connection between the two, but like from a creator or design standpoint, from Yoko Taro's standpoint, I'm definitely seeing like themes, recurring themes in his works. But yeah, the differences between the two are interesting as well. And then we can kind of look at both games, you know, maybe see which game he had more creative freedom in. And then both games, they kind of poke fun at the industry and also just mobile games in general. But sometimes in different ways, so that might be interesting to look at. But yeah, I will admit it, going through Acts 1 and 2 was kind of a boring slog as far as the story. And then I was going through it and I was like, this is kind of an old game, you know, it's 6 years old, really. But there's got to be more to it. And it turns out that there is more to it, so that's a relief. Alright, here is the Satan character. And I had a couple friends join me. I have about 9, 10 friends. I'm following them and they're following me back. They're all over rank 200 and they're active. So I'm very grateful for that. If you want to friend me, I can, I guess you can search for me. Or I can put my friend code in the description. I'm not going to turn on comments quite yet, because I don't want any spoilers for the story, because it's suddenly getting interesting. But maybe later, I'll turn comments back on. Okay, Satan dissolves, and we enter the new world. For some reason, Satan is the kind of the gatekeeper or something to the real world. And it's the modern world. The metropolis with trains and airplanes. Reality. And this was like, ooh. Yeah, just the fantasy world was not interesting to me. But seeing how it could be related to reality would be interesting. And then we have Gishin and Anki. Again, acting as the narrators. I suppose psychologically, this is a semi-deep game. Talking about identity and perception, maybe a human connection, desires and sins. That'll be an interesting thing to look at, comparing SINoALICE to Near Reincarnation. Alright, and then here, I'm going to intersperse or insert the trailer for the Act 3 main story. Grab this off the YouTube channel. But yeah, no computer graphics here, this is just photography of Tokyo. This is from 5 years ago, from the JP version. And we have a person here, dressed as Alice, I'm assuming. And then we have these profiles here of the main characters, but they look like they're from the real world. Just wearing, you know, uniforms from work or school or their jobs. And there was Gretel with long hair. And so this is super interesting to me. So if all of the fantasy characters are based on, you know, people in real life, you know, who are these people in real life, and then how does their fantasy versions like represent, you know, or mirror their real life? That's super interesting to me. More than just, you know, fantasy characters in a void. Okay, here we'll return to the game, and I've unlocked the new act, so I can see which characters are available there. So, Act of Reality. Definitely a curveball here. I don't know how many acts are available in Global, but we'll find out. But yeah, we see Dorothy, Red Riding Hood, Alice, but they're all dressed in kind of real-life clothing. So I'm very anxious to see like who they are in real life, in reality. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Chapter 1 of Everybody first. That'll be different from before. And then Pinocchio looks like a girl here, so we might see some gender change. And then Snow White has black hair instead of white. Don't know what's going on there. So very, very cool. Very exciting. And yeah, I will do, well, I'll work my way through this and then do my reaction to the conclusion of Act 3. Okay, pretty excited. At this point, I am glad I have started the game. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.